Working on the S-10 some more. Get the box set on. Fastened down in the area that I want it, and I was trying to line up the cab last night. Get the gap right back here. Which where it's at is as good as it's going to get. Still need to tighten down the front mounts because they're loose. I'm gaining on it. I need to go get the front fenders, radiator support, and bolt all that on, make sure the front end's lined up right. Bolt the cab down for good. I just want to make sure all this is lined up. If I stick a roll bar in, I don't need to be moving the cab around, because I'll screw everything up. I plan on having it pretty tight in the corners here and up around the top. Other than that, just sticking the pieces back in it. Got a vent over there, still need to do this side. Got the heater vents to put in. Here's the heater core. Now I get a stick heater box cover out here. Either stick the engine and tranny in and then redo the front arms here, or start going to town on the interior. Put the dash back in and all that good stuff. Other than that, that's where I'm at the moment. Slowly gaining. Thought I'd also mention I stuck some new polyurethane cab mounts in it, because the rubber mounts were not in the greatest shape. That's the part number. I only got radiator support one's loose, but there's the rubber underneath biscuit. The front ones are sitting on the frame up here. That's the original shells, because they don't come to those. They blast them up, painted them. There's the bottom piece. You can see it falls down there. Not much to them. Just plug and play, I guess. Now working on the S-10 a little more. I got the front fenders and radiator support back on, so I can line everything up and get the cab mounts tightened down. She's all good. Next thing to do is take all the fenders and the radiator support back off, so I can drop the engine in it and the transmission. I'll probably start working on the A-arms, rebuilding the bushings in them, which are shot. I got some different rotors to put on it too. I had a little boo-boo there. Headlight got broke. That sucks, that was a good headlight. Anyways, that part's done. Cab mounts tightened down. Got all this stuff need to put in the cab yet. Debating on whether to do that interior stuff, excuse me, or do the engine and trans. We got the box all tightened down where it needs to be. Had to make some pieces of metal back in here so I could tighten the bolt down, because the frame used to be over here, now it's here. I'll show underneath there. Had something to lay on besides the ground so it don't get all dirty. Piece of cardboard here to lay on. I'll put some sheet up in there, but kind of dark under here. Here you can see that piece of metal I welded onto the frame, and that's the bolt for the box to hold it down. So she ain't going nowhere. Did that on both sides. Worked out pretty good too. Got a bunch more stuff to do. Unless they want to go racing this year. I'm working on the S-10 a little bit more. I'm working on getting the heater stuff in. The heater box. And got the pedals in. Had to weld these bolts onto the pedal assembly inside, because it was a power brake assembly and they don't have bolts sticking out. The booster That stud sticking in. Also, I was going to use this master cylinder. This is the one off of it. I think I remember it's not the same back in there. The hole's not deep enough to support the rod. So, I got one of them on order off of eBay. If it's actually the right one when I get it. Well, anyways, the light ain't gonna work, but you can see where I welded the bolts in there. That way you can tighten it down from the outside. Not have to have a wrench to hold bolts in here. Pedals in, all that's in, these vents are in, the heater box in. Had that in and out about 3 times, but not go into that. That was a pain. We got the heater box cover painted. Need to install that. And after you get that installed, either need to set the engine in, or put the dash in. Haven't decided yet. One or the other. Whichever I feel like doing, I guess. Alright, got the heater box on. Need to change those wires because the other wire's inside and need to decide where to poke a hole. I might go through there somewhere. I don't want it over there. Just little tiny wires, and they got a big old plug which is in here hanging. Well, there's a plug that size to go through the firewall for some little teeny tiny wires, but I know it ain't gonna work like that because that's where the windshield goes. Anyways, that's on, all the bolts in, all the screws on. I had the master cylinder, I'd work on that, but I don't know when that's going to show up. Ordered it last night. Like everything you order, it'll probably take a week to get. So, might work on installing the dash, but if I do that, I need to get a hole poked in the firewall for that wire. Haven't decided yet. I think it's break time, it's too hot. I've been working on the S-10 some more, and basically what I've been doing here lately is getting the dash ready to go back in. This is not the dash pad that was in the pickup. That's the dash pad that was in the pickup. I've been switching the stuff off this one to that dash pad, and if you notice, that's a factory AC dash pad. And this one is not, because this dash pad is a pickup that had all the heater stuff in it that I installed already. So going back to this dash pad, or not really going back to it, but it's going back together with all that stuff. And I had to install the loom out of the pickup. Now everything's back in the truck and everything should work like it did before. The only thing I thought about using, I didn't know if it was the same, was the loom out of that pickup. But the problem you run into is the outer loom sometimes is different. It probably actually physically bolts to it and plug into it, but they like to switch terminals around year to year for some reason. So I figured better just stick with what was in it. That way I know everything will work like it should. I don't have stupid electrical problems. Other than that, I still need to switch the glove box. But I can do that after the actual dash pad is in the pickup. As you can see, I got all the heater stuff in. I might have showed that. Previous video, I can't remember. I'm doing so much stuff. And I'm not doing this right. All like every single day or every minute I'm doing stuff. But you get these wires mounted. Poked a hole there in the firewall. Ran the wires through there instead of over there. Got the brake pedal in, that little cup, which that goes horizontally, don't put it in vertically. What else? You can actually see it's in, it's folded in, it's got that little safety deal in there, so the rod clip falls out up in there. The rod won't actually fall off. And you will have no brakes, and that's not good. Waiting on master cylinders. Hope maybe it would have showed up today, but pretty sure it didn't. Got to go check the tracking on that. I think it's supposed to be here on Monday, today, Saturday. That's getting to be about it for the moment. Notice there's some nice fungus growing on the side of the bed. Might leave that on there. I can call it fungi. S-10 project fungi. Could call it bruiser because it's black and blue. Who knows? Might have to call it a turd because it might not run very good either. So, anyways, that's about it for the moment.